everyone. Welcome to Lighthouse Stamping with Lorraine. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Vancouver, Washington. Thank you for joining me today. Before we get started, the housekeeping notes, all the product I'm using, all the dimensions are listed below. There's a link to my online store if you wish to purchase any of these products. There's my email address if you have any questions. There's our Facebook group. We love to have you join that. And please remember to like, share, and subscribe and help me grow in YouTube world. I pulled out Sweet Jar again. I told you I would last week because I wanted to play with the cookies. Now, who doesn't want cookies? Cookies and a good cup of tea. And for my British friends, the biscuits. Yes, biscuits and tea. So this is the little card we're making, and it just has some little hearts on the envelope. It's bright and cheery. Happy birthday. You could change the sentiments any way you wanted on this card. So let's get started. Let's do a little stamping. And then we're going to do a little bit of die cutting and some punching. So I've got lots of pieces out here. We'll go through them as we go. I'm after the pieces I need for the inside of the card and my scrap. It's about a quarter sheet of paper is my scrap. So let's start with the inside, which is 4 by 5 1/4. I'll sort of work on this simultaneously here. Don't need the envelope at the moment. And this is my quarter sheet because we're going to do 2 jars out of this and our sentiment. So for my jars, I'm making my jars out of Coastal Cabana. We have a turquoisey color cookie jar. So I'm going to put that right like that, and no, we're going to flip it. I don't know if you can see the big swirl on there. I can. Just one moment. I'll hold it up and show you why I'm flipping it. I set this up and I went actually to get me a cup of tea. And I think one of the cats got up here on my stamps and left a big swirl of hair. Now it's gone. It left a curly cue. I don't know if you can see it right there. It left a curly cue of hair. So let's start again. That's why there's 2 pieces, 2 sides. That's much better. And then I need 2 for punching. Remember to leave a little room. Now there is a stamp where you can stamp your lid. It's right here. But I chose to use a punched solid color from cardstock. Okay, we're not done with that blue yet. We also need our sentiment for the front of the card, which says, sending a little, big space, your way. And we'll put this over here because I need plenty of room because we're going to die cut this. Sending a little something, and my something is love. Sending a little love your way. Now the inside of the card also has, I was just trying to check my own notes here. I think that was all we had for Coastal Cabana. So let's make some cookies in these jars now. What did I do? Okay. I'm going to do my light chocolate chip cookie first. So to make my chocolate chip cookies, I'm doing my regular chocolate chip cookie, and then I'm doing my double chocolate chip cookie. And that one I'm going to be using early espresso, but the first one I'm going to be using is Crumb Cake. And I'm going to stamp in here. This is Crumb Cake, and I'm going to stamp right into one of these. Just like that. That's for my light one. Now, for my dark one, I'm going to use Pecan Pie. Now, Crumb Cake is so much lighter than Pecan Pie. I go into my Pecan Pie right away without cleaning and it will not hurt it. And I can do the pecan pie. See how much darker that is? And we'll do the pecan pie on the inside. Because who doesn't want double chocolate biscuits? So that's it for that piece. Now, there is a piece that has all these little dots in it. Now, for the light color, we're going to use pecan pie in it. So we use crumb cake, pecan pie. First one we did, we're going to use light brown. We're going to use pecan pie. And if you look at this, there's a piece that sticks up. It's this cookie right here sticking up, and that's how you can line it up really easy. And you won't be trying to do this through a camera. But I did do pretty good. So there is our chocolate chip cookie. Try that. Now, the next ones, we're going to use Early Espresso, which is way darker than pecan pie. So I'm not worrying about coloring or cleaning that one up either. Clean them all up when I'm done. And let's see if I can do this one. Trying to keep it so you guys can see it, but I'm also trying to get it in here without my head getting in the way. Not too bad. And we have one more on this one. There we go. So we have our double chocolate cookies. Okay, now for the inside of the card, we are going to use some Berry Burst for our happy birthday. Just like that. And then I'm going to leave the Berry Burst open and open Lemon Lime Twist. This will we have to stop in. I'm going to do a little Lemon Lime Twist, and on my envelope I'm going to use little hearts as well. Put a little cluster of hearts. I'm going to grab my Stampin' Scrub. It's right here, off to the side. As I've told you before, never do it right over the top of your work unless you want Berry Burst and Lemon Lime Twist splatters everywhere. And we'll do a little lemon lime there. And we'll put some more hearts there. So other than our lid, we have that. And these, we need our lids and our sentiment. So I think it is now time to do some cutting and some punching and get this card put together. So we know we're not punching or anything on that one, so we'll set it off to the side. This, we need to punch these two and die cut that. And I'm going to just grab me my snips real quick. I know I don't get clear up into there, but I don't want a chance that I'm accidentally going to punch something on that sentiment, so I'm just cutting it off before I do the punching. So we'll punch these two out. Now this is a very bright and cheery card. I had fun. I was like picking out colors. I said, no. I want something to show off my cookies. Show off those chocolate chip cookies. So there's our two cookies. Save that little hunk of paper for later. All right. Now I do need a piece of Coastal Cabana. And this is just a little scrap I had. And I need 4 tops. So I'm just going to come in here. There's 1. There's 2. Got a lot more tops you get out of that or something else. So there's our 3 Coastal Cabana tops for our lids. And that should be it for the punch. Oh, nope. Got one more thing to punch. I have out my 1 3/4 inch punch. Now there is a new punch. Mine has not arrived yet. It's in this order that's coming. Should be. I think it's coming today or tomorrow. But anyhow, it is the 1 7/8 punch. So it's a little bigger than this one, a little smaller than the 2 inch, which I'm looking forward to and playing with. But we'll need a 1 3/4 approximately. You could use a die. You could use whatever you had to make that circle. So let's set all this off to the side because we do need to do some die cutting and some embossing. So let's do the embossing first. Here we say hello to Otto. Otto is my Stampin' Cut Emboss machine. I gave him a name. When I got him was the same time that movie came out, Otto, with Tom Hanks. And he was a grumpy old man. Liked him and loved him at the end, but this could be a grumpy old girl or boy, so I named him Otto. This is a piece of lemon lime twist that is 4 by 5 1/4, and we are going to emboss it with the Timeless Plaid 3D embossing folder. And I'm just going to line that up in there, put it down. So I need plates. I need plate 1, which is the big fat one. When you're putting these big embossing folders in here, you're basically side to side. Make sure you put them in straight. If they go in cattywampus and someone's pushing hard enough, they will actually tear and break that. So just be careful to do that. I didn't think it would actually happen, but someone did do it. Wasn't me. But anyhow, so make sure they are straight when you put those large ones through, or even the big 6 by 6 ones. Make sure that they are straight going in and not crooked. So there is our beautiful embossed piece. Love that one. Okay. Now we're going to do some die cutting. We need plate 1, plate 2. We need 2 plate 3s. We need our little piece here that we're going to be stamped. And we have a piece of 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 of Berry Burst. And we are going to die cut these. And I am using Spotlight in Nature dies for this. And I want to show you. Someone questioned because I keep my stamps in with my dies. You can do it safely. But the biggest thing is, wherever you're, be it red rubber or photopolymer, always make sure that you've kept the die sleeve and you're always covering it with this or plastic. And when you're on magnets, flip all of them so they're going the opposite way. You never want this part of your dies to rub on your stamps. They can wreck them. But if you store them the right way and are conscious of that, you're fine. I've been doing it forever. Anyhow, this is the largest of these. That has the 2 largest has, this one has the little flower burst, and this one has the, I'm going to pull out, it's the radiating. And then this one here is another flower burst, but it's the smaller one over here. So those are the 2 we're using. So let's put these in here. So we have this plate 1, plate 2. So I'll put this one in here like that. And then we're going to take our little burst here. Now you could stamp this or die cut this first and then stamp it, but either way works. And I'm just going to grab me a little insurance that it doesn't move. So it stays in the middle there. And through the little cranky we go. Here is the little one. And I will sit and clean all those out later. I'm just not doing it right at this moment. And then this one has, use, let me show you real quick. This is the Stampin' Little Scrub, the little tool. Just put this in here. Give it a quick rub going around. And you see they all start falling out really quickly. So I will come back and work on that after I'm done. You just need to make sure they're all out of there. And into the garbage we go. And you do want to keep all your little pieces picked up if you can, because they're really tiny. But that's when the vacuum comes out. Okay, so here's our card. And we are going to start with the inside of our card first. As you know, I always like to put the inside in when possible. And while I've got this here, put just a little bit of glue there. There's the inside of our card done. And this is our lemon lime twist, which was embossed. Okay, and then we're going to put this on, but we're going to put this up towards the top. Now, you could raise this up on dimensionals if you wanted, but I'm not going to because I'm going to put the cookie jars on dimensionals, and I don't want to add too much bulk. And then this one is going to go inside that little punch. Just like that. And then we have these guys here, which are going to go up on dimensionals. Now you can do this one of two ways. You can hook these. I'll show you this way. This I think is the easier way. That's my opinion. If I could find my silicone mat I threw down over here earlier. Bear with me. Well, I did throw it over there earlier. I don't know what I did with it. What you can do is you can take, I'm gonna grab a scrap. Use a silicone mat, but I can't find mine. I threw it over on the other side of the room. I'm just going to take a little bit of seal, put it right on the edge, and attach this here. And then when I put a dimensional on there, I'll make sure the dimensional grabs where that is. That is probably the easiest way. Find your silicone mat so you're not wasting paper like I am. Because if it's not where I think it is, I know where it is because the kittens have grabbed it and taken it to the other room. They like to play with it, which I try to keep them out of, but that's the way it is. Okay, so let's put our dimensionals on our cookie jars. And I'm making sure, putting two at the top and grabbing that one piece. Now you could sit there and hold it and not glue it to the other piece and try to hook it up, but I think a little seal's worth it. And I'll put about 3 on here. Okay. I'm going to put this one here. Make sure my sentiment's going the right direction. Not like that. And then we're going to come up here a ways. About like that. Like I said, you can place these anywhere you want them. About there. And then I decided we needed some bling. So I grabbed, these are the Holographic Resin Dots that are on the online exclusives. They are so gorgeous. They just sort of pick up whatever color you put them next, and they're just beautiful. And there's 3 sizes. So I'm going to grab one of the small ones and put about there. A medium one there. And a large one there. No, I don't want the large one there. I'm going to move it. I want it off the page. Okay, and then I decided I need one more thing. It needed a bow. So I've tied a little double bow out of white baker's twine. And I'm going to grab a little glue dot. And I'm just going to grab that and put that right in there. And sort of pinch that glue dot in. You could leave it on the paper if you wanted. And the last one I put up here, but I'm not sure I want it there. I think I want it off to the bottom this time. Yeah, like that. I changed that one a little bit, but you could put it, the other one I had up top, you could put it down here. I think I actually like it down here a little better. But you make your own decision. It is your card. So everybody, this is my cookie jar card to have for tea time. And everybody have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.